Hello, I am your local artist, Waxerman, and here to have a breakdown of my newest piece. The character is the main character of the story. Beautiful. Her name is Katya. I did like the sleek silhouette, so I kept her in pants. I don't normally draw her in pants, but I did this time. Generally, how my art process goes is I use the selection tool, have one layer, it's a flat layer of gray, then I begin the process of matte, all on a separate layer, and then I do this thing where it is called, it's like reflective light-ish, kind of. You take, the cloth is right next to each other, the light will hit it, and then once that happens, I merge it like an insane person, all in one layer, turn that off, then I go back to that first original gray flat layer, and I start lining out a rough shading. I did this with an airbrush and then later with a paintbrush tool. And then I go over, once that's done, I then do a multiply layer that is on top of the gray layer that's just outlining a lot of the harsher shadows. Blur it, then use a white airbrush to kind of scrub at it to make it a little bit cleaner. And then I put that flat layer, turn it into a overlay layer so it's over the gray, and then I adjust the saturation level of the gray because sometimes it'll look too bright. And then again, like a crazy person, taking those flats, taking those grays, taking the line art, and I merge it all into one layer, and then I lock the opacity. Now this is where it goes crazy. Now, you see, in olden days, when you had one layer, one canvas, one paintbrush, and a multitude of toxic, arsenic-ridden colors, you would paint it all on one layer. So that's how I take about to doing like a traditional like painting style, kind of like go through. And I start the deep rendering process, which is I have an ambient idea of where the lighting is, straight on, kind of top down, a little bit from the back, kind of all over the place. Didn't make sense. At some point during this process, my Adderall kicked in. I went, oh yeah, hey, there's that one video that I saw of this person that used the select tool to start carving out lighting. Let's do that! Kind of made everything a little glossy. I really liked how I ended up doing it on the hair because it added a lot of shine to the hair. Another aspect that I took this from a separate video, this aspect of using like an off-gray kind of thing for like in the darker areas, but these are just like the general ways I went about it. It's a little rough. And then I went through the finishing stage where I essentially I merge everything down onto one layer. It's all one layer now, the background, the everything, because if you don't do this, it will look like trash. Trust. Then I made two separate copies, did tonal correct, which you go into edit, go into tonal correction, select level correction, and then you select whatever is like the main one. For this one, it would be blue and red. Then I take both those layers, turn it onto a lighten, and then I shift them to give a chromatic aberration. I adjust the opacity, erase out where it is on the near the face, so that way the central focus point can be a bit more on her face. Then I put in a Perlin noise overlay. But yeah, that's how I normally go about doing a lot of these pieces. Each one I'm trying to do the same method but a little bit better. I don't have a science down, that's just how I did it. Goodbye!